to share with you my experience with coconut oil, which I'm very excited about. And I've been researching this now for about a month, read several books, 4 or 5 books on it, and I want to share with you what I've come up with from that. I'm going to explain to you why I use the skinny coconut oil. I have tried both the Nativa and the Dr. Bonner's. You can only get skinny in this country, so if I were going to go for a second one, I'd go with the Dr. Bonner's. I've talked to all 3 companies, and this one was the least receptive of talking with me, and I was asking about my daughter and using it on my daughter. These people were very open. They knew about skinny, and they were very open people. And then skinny was fabulous. Now, the difference between these 2 coconut oils, and you want a good coconut oil. These 2 coconut oils are either wet or dried pressed. And skinny is hand-picked, hand-pressed, and it's got its own patent-pending technique that they use to press the coconut oil. I believe there's more coconut per bottle in this compared to the others. This one is also higher alkaline. It's a 7.6, and these 2 would be 5.6. I get, like skinny, I get it in a gallon. I'm already, a third of the way through. And basically we take it internally, externally. I just take it, put it in my mouth. It melts right away. And swallow it. That's it. Tastes nice. A good coconut oil tastes nice. And skinny also has it in these little travel packs, which are fabulous. Because in a sense you can get to try all their products. Believe it or not, their facial scrub. I know someone, just yesterday I was talking to a lady, that she puts it on her toast because all it has in it is the coconut oil, coconut sugar, and vanilla. And so I guess for her this is a way to get it into her internally. Now I will talk to you about why this coconut oil is for seizures, for us parents of profoundly disabled children or disabled children at all, who are struggling with health issues. I want the best quality I can get for my daughter. And this company is only 2 years old. The owners are a small family, a mom who's a doctor and 2 sons that comes from Vietnam. They've been over there working with the people, making sure that everything is pristine. And so what I found is for the seizures, for constipation, for allergies, for weight gain, big one, weight gain, sunscreen. And I'll get into this, it's not going to be a long video, but I'll try and hit the main points of why this is important. Now, the difference between coconut oil and any other oil out there is the medium chain fatty acids or triglycerides. Okay, you can interchange fatty acids, triglycerides. And every other oil, 98% to 100% of all the other oils out there are long chain fatty acids. Now what that means is the long chain fatty acids need pancreatic enzymes and bile to digest, and they go into your bloodstream. Coconut oil does not need, there's no stress on your body enzymes. It does not need bile, and it does not need pancreatic enzymes. It goes straight to your liver for energy. Okay, so that's a big, big factor. And now I'm just going to have to read the stats for the seizures, so you all know. Studies show that free radicals are involved in the occurrence of epileptic seizures. And free radicals are like renegade molecular entities that cause destruction throughout the body. So free radicals they're these unstable molecules that have lost an electron, causing them to become highly reactive, causing allergies, constipation, seizures. Now, the medium chain fatty acids, very important, that's in coconut oil, that's the strength of it, have been shown to prevent the destructive action of free radicals in the liver. Huge. Because, you know, the liver has to detoxify all the medications, all the seizure drugs, everything. Coconut oil with the medium chain fatty acids have proven to be effective in reducing epileptic seizures in children. D.L. Ross of the University of Minnesota Medical School did a study. He did a 10-week treatment period study. And what they found was the seizure occurrence decreased by more than 50% in 2/3 of the epileptic children. So for me, that's huge. Anything that will decrease to anything, you know, is huge. So, because I've always done Bree's seizure control through food, and this is a new one. Coconut oil is a functional food, and it's also an antibiotic, an immune enhancer. It restores normal balance of tissues of cells that have become dysfunctional. So coconut oil promotes the absorption of other foods. It also promotes the absorption of calcium, magnesium, iron, very important, A, D, E, and K. It destroys bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. In World War II and in Vietnam, when they ran out of IV solutions, they used coconut water. So coconut water, coconut, the meat, the oil, and babies traditionally have been used, massaged with coconut oil, which I'll show you in a minute with Bree, because it strengthens their bones and muscles. It prevents infections. Also massage it on the gums when they're teething to lessen the pain. The other thing that's really important is that mother's milk have medium chain fatty acids. And if a mother's milk is failing and she takes coconut oil, she can strengthen her milk. And the studies have shown, which is important here, that low birth weight in infants who have medium chain fatty acids, coconut oil, they grow faster and they have higher survival rates if they have it in their formula. So the more medium chain fatty acids, and that is coconut oil, that's what has it, they found that the healthier the baby will be, I'm saying Bree. Also, one thing is it increases circulation. And Bree's always had an issue with cold hands and feet. And we've only been doing this a month, and I'm finding great results personally with myself. Healing of a broken foot I had that just, I couldn't push it too far. Now I seem to be able to turn my toes much, much better. And that's been a couple of years that I haven't been. And I would just push it far and then pay for it. Now it's healing really well. But Bree's hands and feet aren't as cold anymore. So I would always be wearing 2 pairs of either smart wool socks or darn tough socks. And now I'm just wearing 1 pair of socks. And I'm amazed. This is really pleasing too. So it increases circulation. So now I'm going to set up and show you how I massage Bree's feet before bedtime. All right, so now we have Bree. This is a typical before bedtime prep. Turn off all the noise, the TV, the everything. And I have just something like Bach for book lovers, or Beethoven for book lovers, or the Mozart effect, because classical music is really good for brain growth. And then I put a timer on. I do 10 minutes a foot. Now what I have here, I've made it up myself, is the skinny coconut oil, and I put in frankincense and myrrh. So probably a 1/4 teaspoon of frankincense to 1/4 teaspoon of myrrh. You can use just the oil. You don't have to use, but I wanted to up it a bit for Bree. And you know, spiritually, the story of Jesus, when he was born, he was brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So for me, the coconut oil is the gold. The frankincense and the myrrh are antibacterial, They prevent that it was put on babies in ancient times to protect them from infections and disease. So now I take some of this and I rub it on her feet. Now, when I first started massaging Bree's feet, I had to leave the sock on, but this tactile is really, really good. I get it really well on that foot. Turn on the timer, start for 10 minutes, and I will do the foot. Oh, what's that face? She said, this isn't the time of the day we do this, Mama. I have to do it now to be able to film it. So I do 10 minutes on each foot, and then I turn and I do her back, and I put a timer on. What I want to tell you also about her bowel movements are great now since I've added. Bree is right now taking a teaspoon of coconut oil, the skinny oil, 3 times a day, in her breakfast, in her lunch, and in her supper. I'm going up to I'm going up to a tablespoon and a half because that's the amount for her body weight. 50, I think above, like 75 pounds and above is 2 tablespoons a day. 120 and above, I think it's 3 tablespoons a day. 175 pounds and 150 pounds and above, it's 3.5. And 175 pounds and above, it's 4 tablespoons. And then there's medicinal levels too, but I'm going up to a tablespoon and a half. And it needs to be divided throughout the day, not all one shot. That's why I give it at breakfast, lunch, and supper. This stuff, coconut oil melt, it'll become liquid in the heat. So to even make this, all I had to do was put the coconut oil in with the essential oils, put the cap on nice and securely, and I put it on my heat vent. And it just liquefies. Or put it in the sun, shake it up well, and then it's ready to go. And then it'll solidify. And it just melts so easily. For sunscreen, because putting sunscreen on, 70% of Americans are vitamin D deficient. When you put sunscreen on, you block vitamin D absorption. Coconut oil is the perfect sunscreen, and it's good for your skin. It's good for anything going on with your skin. So, and it doesn't have any chemicals that could cause cancer like the commercial sunscreens out there. So this is something you just put on your child. It's so easy. And then I wanted to tell you a couple other things, like the medium chain fatty acids in coconut oil are identical to those in human milk and possess the same antimicrobial properties. Medical research from 40 years show that the medium chain fatty acids from coconut oil kill bacteria that cause pneumonia, measles, urinary tract infections, influenza, and hepatitis C. The medium chain fatty acids, once again, coconut oil, they enhance the liver function and have a protective effect on the kidneys. And our children, any of the children who are on medications, that has to be dealt with by the liver. So the liver gets exhausted, gets a lot of work doing that. Also, it's a very alkalizing product. Coconut oil is alkalizing, and it normalizes body function, which means if you're overweight, it'll bring the overweight down, and if you're underweight, it'll bring your weight up. So it normalizes body function. And then, so when I put Bree, we get ready for bed at night, I massage her feet. I'll go right up her leg too. Go right up here and get this all nice and massaged. And then notice that she's wearing 100% cotton pajamas, very important. Her sheets are 100% cotton because polyester is like a plastic. It outgasses in heat. So your body in pajamas that are polyester, that's outgassing. And your sheets, breathing that at night, if you have polycotton sheets, they're outgassing. So I don't do that. And she also listens to this when she goes to bed at night. I'm a Lovable Me. Tells her how much she's loved. So this is how we come down for bed. We turn off the noise, put on some nice classical music, gentle classical music, have a nice foot massage, leg massage, back massage. You can also I also sometimes comb her hair, brush her hair, because that feels so good. And then she gets into bed with cotton sheets and blankets, and I will put on one pair of socks still, and put on her I Am a Lovable Me, and she's a happy girl. Then I change her at, she sleeps, she goes to bed at 8:30. At 11, when I go to bed, I go in and change her so that she's dry. And then at 6 in the morning, I change her again, and she sleeps through it, so she stays dry and sleeps in. Now, excuse me, once Bree's in bed, I do this on myself. I do massage my own feet. Yes, I do. I massage my own feet up here a bit, make sure she's comfortable. And moms, you need that. And I'm taking 2.5 tablespoons right now of coconut oil internally. My energy has gone up. It's great for your skin. I just feel good. I feel so much better since I've been taking it. And we're just begun. Usually I give everything 90 days to see, you got it, to see the real results. And Bree is just in a better place since I've added this, a much better place. Also, trying to make sure I've covered everything here, because it's just an amazing thing to add coconut oil. But please get a good one. And right now, for me, the best one I know in the United States is the Skinny. And they're give them a call. They're great. They're very receptive people. And that's pretty much what we do, eh, girl? We still haven't done the 10 minutes. So, I'm very pleased with it. And also, Bree, I dealt with her grand mal seizures through food and taking everything that she was allergic to out of her food. And, this has been years. I mean, Bree's going to be 36 in a couple of weeks. This has been years. But now, she still had little lapses. Nothing that I needed any medication. But now they have gone, just in a little period of time, they've gone way down from what they were. So I have very good feel. I'm going to continue this, absolutely. This is something easy that you can just add. And I started out, Bree, with just 1/4 teaspoon twice a day. And then I added it. I've been working up to where we are. I never increase. I always wait at least minimum of 4 days before I increase to allow the body to adjust to it, okay? So is that about where we are, Bree? What do you think? Do you think that's enough, of Mama talking?